All right, good evening. Good evening, good evening. How are we doing today? All right, welcome, 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 welcome. As you're coming in, please do me a favor. You can go ahead and just share it, and let's get more people connected. Welcome, welcome, welcome. How are we doing today? All right, we're still waiting for more people to join. If you're just joining, how are you doing? If you're just joining, how are you and where are you connecting from? Let me know. Ejekimo Ibiti Connect. Ejekimo Ibiti Connect. Where are you connecting from? Let's get to meet you. There is a very big topic in front of us today. All right, New Jersey in the house. Big Remo. T. Adip. Atlanta, Georgia. Mania. Twin Taiwo. Doing great from Canada. Wow. In the land of the cold. I bet it's cold right now. It's warm here. My whole house is hot. My house is cold because I turned the AC all the way down low. And that's why I'm wearing this. But the outside is okay. It's warm. All right, welcome everybody. Let's know where you're connecting from. Come on, say something, say something, say something tonight. I know some of you guys are already in bed. It's 9:04 right now. Some of you guys are already sleeping. Some are in bed, just checking their reels and all that. And some of you guys are at work. All right, some of you guys are just coming back from work. All right, some of you guys are just chilling. All right, it's good. Let me know where you're connecting from. All right, as you're coming in. And you can do me a favor by sharing this broadcast. Share it to your friends. Let's get more people connected. Type the name of your friends below just for them to be able to know that I'm live. So we have a big topic here. For some time now, or times now, I have been from New Jersey, Fashnuga. How you doing, Babania? So I've been talking about marriage. I've been talking about friendship. I've been talking about companionship. And I've been talking about being single also. All right. So, thank you. So tonight we want to look at a topic. Is it compulsory? Is it really compulsory that couples must live together? If I get married right now, is it compulsory that I must to live with my husband? That I must to live with my wife? Is it compulsory? And I want to show us a kind of a picture real quick so that we'll understand. Now, I always say this. Marriage is very challenging. And it is very, very challenging. Whenever, I'm with the men, I always advise them, don't choose the wrong person, choose the right person. Don't choose the wrong person, choose the right person. It's a little difficult to choose the right person to be able to know who is the right person for you. It's a little difficult, but it's still not difficult if you know who you are. You have to know yourself first. Know yourself. Know what you like. Know what you want out of life. Know the kind of person you want to live with. Then you go for that person. Okay? It's a little challenging. To find the right person in life is not easy. And I tell people this. You don't have to marry a Nigerian. You can marry an American. You can marry a Jamaican. You can marry someone from Ethiopia. You can marry someone from China. You can marry white people. You can marry black people. It doesn't matter. In as much that you are going for your peace and your joy and happiness, that's marriage right there. It doesn't matter where they're from. And I'll always advise Nigerians, please don't stay glued and say, I must to marry someone from my town. I must to marry someone from my country. Don't do that. Always go for a peaceful marriage. If that peaceful marriage is going to come from a white person, go into that. If that peace is going to come from a Chinese, go for it. If that peace is going to come from a Nigerian, go for it. It doesn't really matter where they're from. We are all people and we are all equal. Nobody is actually inferior. We are all superior beings. So I need you to know that. Now, companionship is what is in vogue right now. It's what majority of the people are going for companionship. All right. Which means that we are not in a legal relationship, as in marriage. We're not legally married. Even though we're spiritually married, emotionally married, and physically we're married. But it's between the two of us. We agreed to it and we're doing it. So you are going to be my companion. I am going to be your companion. Whatever it is that you need me to do, I'm going to do. But one thing that I'm not going to do is that I'm not going to live under the same roof with you. It's going to be based on agreement. Let us agree on this. Let's agree on it. Do you agree? Yes, I do. Marriage is all about agreement. Once there's agreement between the two of you, you guys are good to go. Agreement. That's why the Bible says, can two people work together unless they agree? There must be agreement between the two people, all right, to be able to live together. Now, it's possible for us to get married legally and still choose to live separately. We can get married legally. I'm talking about we doing all of these court marriage. We can do all these white wedding, traditional marriage, all of that stuff. We can choose and agree together to live separately. Now, most of the people wants to live together as a like cohabit because one person is kind of like, I can't live my life alone. Some people can't live alone. No, they get lonely. And one thing they're not realizing is that to be lonely is actually, something's wrong. Something's missing in their lives. If you get lonely, all right? So you've been living your life alone by yourself before you entered into marriage. So you should be able to live your life by yourself, especially those ones who are divorcees. Divorcees should be able to do that because now you've been divorced, you're going into a new relationship, you're a little afraid, you don't know what this is going to bring again. You don't want anybody in your space, you cherish your space, you want to live your life the way you want to live it. You don't want anybody to control you in one way or the other. You don't want anybody to be jealous of your prosperity at all. So you feel like, okay, I'll be good by myself. All right, I'm going to be good by myself. So the two of you will enter into this agreement and say to yourselves, all right, we're going to be together. I like you and I want to be with you, but we're going to go into this living separately. That is, we're going to go into a companionship kind of relationship. Companionship kind of relationship. So we're in this relationship. I love you. I care about you, but we're not living under the same roof. Now, it must be based on agreement that we want to do that. And the benefit of this is that the two of you will cherish each other. You need to watch it. The two of you will cherish each other. Number two, the two of you will respect each other. Seriously, you respect each other. And before I go further, I want to quickly just put this down. Companionship is not for people who are not yet mature. You have to be a mature person to go into companionship, a mature person to go into companionship. I know you don't like what I'm saying. I know you don't like it because you get lonely. You want to always have a man, always want to have a woman under your roof. That's why you don't like what I'm saying. I understand. I get that stuff. All right. But the issue here is that you need to take care of yourself to be able to live your life by yourself without anybody. I cherish my space. I love my space. I love myself. I can actually live in this house all by myself in the next 20 years, and you come and you still see me the same. Happy Sunday to you, glowing queen. God bless you. See me the same. It will take a mature person to get there. Once you get to that point, then the two of you will agree, and you will not have to worry about infidelity. You won't have to worry about it because the two of you are actually matured, and then you know exactly why. The reason why we're going into companionship. The reason why we're going into companionship is because I cherish my space. Somebody just asked the question, but I just answered it right now. How about cheating? All right. Now, people will cheat even if they live with you. You don't have a way to hold somebody down from not cheating, even though you live under the same roof. I need you to get that. Sati, how you doing? I don't want you to get it twisted. Even if they live under the same roof with you, they can still cheat. Can I get a witness? Am I talking rubbish here? And I'm not kidding. You can't hold anybody down. Oh, you think checking his phone or checking our phone will make him to stop cheating or not to cheat? You think when you live under the same roof that you're calling him, where are you? What are you doing? Do you think that will stop him from cheating? No, it cannot. It cannot. People choose not to, and they choose to. So once the two of you, if you are able to sit down and you talk about it, what I want is very, very important. What I want, this is who I want to get married to. I want to get married to a woman that is actually independent. Independent means that, listen, sometimes I may not be available, okay? And when I'm not available, it's not like I'm cheating, all right? I'm actually busy doing something. So live your own life. Be happy. Do what pleases you. Whatever it is that you need to do, do it. But one thing for me is that I will promise that I'll be loyal to you. I promise that I'll be loyal to you. All right? So once there is that agreement there, you will find out that the benefit is much more than you even living together. Some people live together, they be on the same, they just be on top of each other. As in like, what are you doing? Where are you coming from? Why did you call me yesterday? Why didn't you do this? Why did you do that? And where are you? What are you doing? Why did you call yesterday? Oh, those questions will piss a man off. The questions will piss a man off. The issue is, once we go into such a relationship, let us explain to each other, this is how I want my life to be. Do you agree? How do you want yours to be? How do you want yours to be? This is how I want mine to be also. All right? Now, you have your space. I have my space. We are together. I love you. I care about you. We are together. But the issue is just that, listen, you live your life, I live my life. You go to school, I go to wherever I want to go to. Whatever it is that I choose to do is what I do. I'm not going to poke nose into your money. Whatever amount of money you're making is for you. You're paying your bill from there. You're paying your mortgage, you're paying your rent, you're paying whatever it is from whatever it is you're making. You can decide to choose and do anything that you like at any point in time. You can decide to run it by me or not run it by me. It's not anybody's problem whatsoever. Now, this is going to wake women up. This is going to wake women up a lot. It's going to wake women up a lot. I'm not kidding. A lot of women, they always believe that by the time I'm going into marriage, I am going in with the Santa Claus. I am getting married to a Santa Claus. And the Santa Claus will provide for me. The Santa Claus must buy me a car. The Santa Claus must pay bills. The Santa Claus must take me out. The Santa Claus must do this. At the end of the day, what you're doing is that you're putting a lot of burden on the guy, on the man, and eventually he's still going to run away. He's going to leave you. All right? So now, once we actually enter into companionship kind of relationship, and you know that you're paying your bills, you're going to go to work. And you know you're buying things for yourself, you're going to go to work. You're going to cut down. Your appetite for spending will actually be seriously reduced. Because now you know that this is no Father Christmas here that is going to be dropping money. I am going to be responsible for myself. Now, there's going to be mutual respect. There will be mutual respect. All right? And you will see that the two of you will value each other. You will value each other. There will be serious respect. Look at Oyenike. Oyenike, she's by herself, taking care of her kids. She's doing exactly what a man would do. I don't think I don't think Oyenike will need a man to come and pay her bills right now. No, she doesn't. She won't need it. And she's not going to need it. She's not searching for a man that will say, okay, let us plan for retirement. She's already doing that by herself. She doesn't need a man that will come in and say, okay, your car is bad, let's change it. No, she's already changing her car by herself. All right? And she lives in her own house. All right? Paying her own bill. If a man should come into Oyenike's life right now, the Oyenike is not going to put any burden on that man. If the man now decides that I want to do for her, it's just, that's the guy. It's on him. He's the one planning to do it. She's not forcing him to do it. All right? In that kind of a relationship, everybody will grow. The man will know that, okay, I can't be lazy here. Some men are lazy. They just want marriage. The reason why they want marriage, they want to live under a roof for free. They want the woman to go to school. They want the woman to pay bills. At the end of the day, the woman will get so tired and paying bills and paying bills. You are just sitting down right there. That's going to wake the man up too. And then there's going to be a very beautiful competition. I'm doing it very well by myself, but if I have to spread my leg for any man, you must take up some responsibility what's the need for him. Okay, that's part of the system. He's not taking responsibility on your house. No, not on your car. No, not on that. All right? So the two of you, once you start respecting each other, once there is peace in the relationship, eventually, because you're going to do for him, he's going to do for you. You're going to do for him, he's going to do for you. You women don't understand. You don't understand. All of these, when you cook and you take it to his house and he finish eating, you think that is not registering in his mind? That, wow, I have to be doing something here. I have to be doing something here. So it's not something that you force him to do. You are not going to force him to do those things. He himself will pick up those things to do by himself. You are not a prostitute that gets paid for sex. It's only prostitutes that get paid for sex. You are enjoying the sex as he is enjoying it. So you don't monetize sex. You don't monetize it. You don't say, okay, so if I want to open my leg, you have to be paying rent. That's a prostitute. So now what you're doing is that, also I have to pay rent to sleep with you, and I like you and I love you and we're together. No, I'm going to do what I'm doing not because I want to have sex with you. I'm going to do whatever it is that I'm doing because I love you and because I care about you and because I want to help you out. All right? I want to help you out. So once you're now saying, oh, you want to monetize sex, I can't open my leg to somebody unless he takes up responsibility. That's prostitution. So you're getting paid for the sex. That's what it is. That is sister pride. This is what we are trying to erase. A man is the head. We're trying to erase it. You women, whenever it is that we are talking, you come, you say, we are all equal. We are all equal. We are all equal. You come over and fight. You didn't give the man that opportunity to be the head. Every one of us will contest with them. All women, we contest. We're equal. We're equal. We can't be equal. Once we are equal, it means we are in partnership. And once we're in partnership, then automatically companionship is what is going to work for us. Because you are independent, he is independent. You are the same. The two of you are equal. So you should be able to provide for your need. Likewise, him provide for his own need too. So we could be equal. So that equality that we've been fighting for will be easy to do. All right? It's not like the guy is the one paying bills and paying all kinds of stuff and everything and doing all kinds of stuff. And at the end of the day, now you close your leg and then you say, oh, he's not having sex over here. But whereas he has done his own duty, he has done his responsibility by working and bringing money in. But because we want equality, which is nice, I support equality. I want equality. So once you've been divorced before, once you've been divorced, like I said, and I want you guys to listen to this, 85% of second marriages do crash land. And the reason is what I'm telling you right now. This is what I'm telling you. And you always see that when women, by the time they get divorced, they go back. Yes, I believe you men do the same thing. I believe you. They go back to school. Women get divorced, they go back upgrading. Once they start upgrading, then there's this kind of mindset that starts developing. I'm enough for myself. I am enough for myself. I can provide for myself. Now they have gone to school. Now they have a good job. Now they're making money. They're enough for themselves. Once a man is coming into that house, the man is coming to meet a competitor. He's coming to meet a competitor. Because in that home, the woman is enough. He doesn't need the guy. Whatever the guy wants to bring, the guy doesn't have any authority in that house. What you can do for me, I can do for myself. So what's the use? What's the importance? The only thing I need from you is just your whatever. I don't need that one too, because I could do it myself. So we now see that this equality is now coming in. And now women they're actually enough. They could provide. They could provide for themselves. All right? So at that point in time, you're meeting a competition there. So the best thing to do is to enter into a relationship that we call companionship. It's not compulsory for husband and wife to live together. It's not compulsory. People do it based on their religious belief. People do it based on their culture. But all of this stuff is man-made. They are all man-made. It's not like God actually enforced it. No, God didn't enforce this thing. It's man-made. All these things man-made. All right? That you must live together. You know, when we talk about together doesn't mean the same location. I know husband and wife. One is living in Nigeria. I used to live in Nigeria. My wife used to live in Nigeria and I was here. Are you telling me that I'm breaking the law? I'm not breaking the law. I'm doing this for betterment of the family. That was why I left her in Nigeria and I was here. And I always tell her, while we were separated, while she was in Nigeria and I was here, oh my God, I had so much peace. So much peace. And I asked her, how about to say, oh, she too, she could go anywhere she want, do anything she want to do. The moment she moved in, then I started acting husband. It became a little challenging. We enjoyed that separate life. I always call her every morning for 2 hours. For 2 hours, the conversation, the communication was fantastic. We talk. I respect her. She respects me. You know, we were longing to see each other. And that's what companionship will do to you. If you have the liver for it. The man living somewhere else, you living somewhere else, and the two of you are together spiritually, you're together even physically, you're together emotionally. It's possible for you not to have a marriage license, all right? But it's still good. You see, the life we live now, everybody is trying to become wise. And they are trying to be wiser than the other person. If this woman should divorce me, she's going to take everything at home. If this man should divorce me, She's going to take everything that belongs to me. So maybe I should just start planning something and doing it separately. Let me build a house without telling him. Let me do investment without telling him. Do you know how many of you guys are doing investment without the knowledge of your spouse? Your husband, doesn't have any clue that you're building a house in Nigeria. He doesn't even know that you already started doing investment. You're putting your money in one particular stuff and that is yielding interest for you. All right. Now you're doing one for the kids. Now you're doing this one without telling him. Now, all of this hanky-panky and hide and seek will not be there if the relationship has been defined as companionship. As companionship. Now, let me quickly just answer the question of my sister that asked me, what does the word of God say? And I want her to please, if it's possible for her to come on this live show, I would so much love it. So that me and you can talk koro and break this down. Somebody said that's why Oprah remain happy and drama free. I want you guys to respond to this. Okay? Respond to this. We are talking about marriage. In the Garden of Eden, when God created Adam and Eve, he never performed any marriage or any wedding in the Garden of Eden. There wasn't any kind of wedding in the Garden of Eden. He only brought the woman to the man. Okay? And the man was referring to her not as my wife, was referring to her as a woman. The woman you gave me. The woman you gave me. All right? And God did not even say, take, this is your wife. He only brought Eve to him. All right? Just brought Eve to him. So until when they fell, that was a curse upon Adam, Eve, and the snake. All right? It was at that time when he now moved out of the Garden of Eden. That was when Adam realized it's his wife. He now called her the mother of all generations. And the Bible now said, and Adam knew his wife. The sexual relationship, the sexual relationship qualifies you to actually point towards somebody and say, this is my wife. Sexual relationship. That marriage is based on sexual relationship. That's what it's based on. The moment you sleep with somebody, you are married to that person. Once you sleep with that person, you're married to that person. The wedding of Cana of Galilee, I said it before, is not enforced by God. The wedding of Cana of Galilee is based on tradition and the culture of that land. That was a traditional marriage, not biblical marriage. They only recorded it as part of the story because Jesus was invited. It was based on the Jewish culture. It wasn't based on Christianity. Or based on Jewish culture. That was when they did that. All right. Now, Paul said that when you get married, for you to get married, to get married means, for people is for them. It's for them to be able to control their sexual urge. So if you know that you cannot hold yourself, get married. So what Paul was talking about there was about sexual relationship. That if you know you want to be sleeping around, get your own partner that you'll be having sex with. We don't have to say Christ will return. You see, and I need you guys to listen. Guys, listen. I don't want us to always misinterpret, our Bible, misinterpret God. Jesus is not coming right now. Sorry. I'm very sorry. He's not coming. While I was 2 years old, they were saying Jesus is coming soon. It's coming soon. I'm 57 now. It's coming soon. It's coming soon. No, Jesus is not coming now. Everything that you're seeing right now is based on nature. things are changing. In the days of Jesus, they didn't record that Jesus Christ was driving a car or he drove a car. They didn't record that Jesus Christ lived inside of a skyscraper. They didn't mention that Jesus Christ used a telephone. They didn't mention that Jesus Christ actually bought a jet. No, you see, things are changing. As things are changing, generations will change, things will change also. I remember in the days of our fathers, and I want you to listen, because we always judge things. You know, Bible, Bible, Bible. In the days of our fathers, they were married 3, 4, 5, 10 wives. Why didn't somebody say at that time, say, oh, let Jesus come? At that point in time. No, a time came in their lives, all right? They were marrying and they were cheating. Even though their wives are there, they were cheating with their wives. And the wife agreed to it. They will say, oh, I'm going to, it's upon you, I'll have to stay here. Why did somebody say Jesus will come that time? But this is a generation right now. This generation is different. This generation will use iPhone. This generation will use iPad. This generation will drive big cars. This generation, everybody's buying jet, private jet. This generation, that's what it is. My mother is 91. She said her mother told her during her childhood days they were being preached about Jesus is coming soon and stuff. Okay, so thank you very much for that. And I want you religious people, I want you to just listen carefully, because you are actually going to be, you're doing the wrong stuff. It's the wrong stuff. This generation is different. And the definition of marriage will continue to change based on generation. That definition of marriage, what we used to know as marriage, will start changing gradually. Now, you will see, I stopped talking about this, but, I still have to talk about it anyway. You will notice that it seems like gradually, a symbol of our pastors. Either you like it or don't like it. I really don't like to talk about it anymore. But I want you to watch it. Gradually, a symbol of our pastor. And there will be a lot will be single and no kids. Yes, sir. You will see. You see. A symbol of our pastor. Dear, a symbol. All of this stupid stuff that we've been preaching for years. For years, it's coming now. Sir, I'm so sorry, but we have been brainwashed in Africa by most of our... I know. A symbol for our pastors. Oh, Mary, they will see some pastors and stone them on the street. You will be shocked. And I want you to go and write it down. It will happen. I remember when I was young, because scamming has started a long time ago. They've been scamming us a long time. I was very young. And they told us on TV. That Awolowo will appear in the moon. Awolowo, a politician at that time, it's possible for you guys not to know Awolowo. Maybe you are too young. Awolowo is one of the politicians in Nigeria in those days. So during the election time, they were actually using all of these things to actually cajole us to vote. They now said, Awolowo is going to appear in the moon. Every one of us, they said we should go and bring water, bowls of water outside, and we will see it in the inside of the water. And if you can look at the moon, we will see Awolowo there. Now, that night came. I don't know if anybody could remember. That night came, every one of us were outside with our buckets of waters. And I'm telling you, we had to pretend like we are seeing Awolowo inside. We had to pretend. Because I don't want them to tell me that, oh, you didn't see? Awolowo is there in the sun. There is no Awolowo in the sun, in the moon. None. Because every time you look at the moon, there is actually a kind of a structure that looks like human beings sitting down there. That's not Awolowo. But they messed with our brain. They messed with us big time. They have been scamming us a long time ago. And I said this, and you guys will believe me. People call me Antichrist when I started talking about this thing. They call me Antichrist. You see, when I started talking about divorce at that time. Divorce. Hey, divorce is coming. Divorce is coming. It's coming big time. It's coming big time. We got to do something. It is not prayer. It is not prayer. It's counseling. We have to counsel women. We have to counsel men. We have to make sure we do couples meetings, couples retreat. They looked at me and they said, oh, he's stupid. We just pray. What prayer cannot do does not exist. Let's pray until something happens. Okay. Then divorce came. And all of our church members started getting divorced. Because they were seeing the black Americans as better partners. The black Americans will give them the kind of sex they're looking for. Our mommies, they will be doing mommy Jesus all around. They will be woman for wududu koro. They will wear earring, no deodorant, no cologne, no nothing, no perfume, no anything. Woman soon carry. So the men started running. The men started running away to the black American community. At that time, the black Americans were collecting all the Nigerian men. And you see them making videos now. Nigerian men, they're good. They pay bills. They take care of you. They do, but those Nigerian men were not doing it at home. They were not doing it at home. Because our mommies are already mommy Jesus. The only thing we gave to our women is just Christianity. All we taught them is to pray. Come to church, come to church, come to church. And we were killing them, but we didn't know that we're actually destroying their homes. We didn't allow them to stay at home with their husbands. We didn't allow them to cook for their husband. We didn't allow them to have sex with their husband. We didn't allow them to actually be freaky. You know, for you to just release a woman and let a woman be freaky, for a woman to be asking me, is it good to talk dirty when you're having sex? It means that they have enslaved the mind of such a woman. Indoctrination. They have arrested the brain of that woman. It's difficult for her to think. Because she wants to start living Bible. She wants to become an angel. She doesn't want to sin. Once you sin, you go to hell. I don't know who shared this with them. I don't know who told them that anybody is going to hell. There's nobody going to hell. Hell is not created for human being. And the death of Christ came. That Christ came to die for humanity. All of our sins wiped off. Wiped off 100%. It's not bit by bit. And I'm kind of like shocked. But who did this to us in Africa? And then pastor will control when to cook for your husband, when to sleep with your husband. The pastor must control that. And then they put you in 70 days fasting and prayer. You can't touch your husband can't touch you. At the end of the whole story, where is your husband going to be? Now don't forget, men are not that religious like men. They are not. Men, we are not that religious like men. We still have our brain active. When you guys go to church and you are falling down, men stand up and be looking like, what is wrong with my wife? What exactly is wrong with my wife? Why is my wife doing this? Like she got no brain. The last time you fell, nothing fell out of you. You're still the same Jumoke. Jumoke Oniro. Jumoke Oniro. You are still like, after all this falling, you are still getting angry. After all this falling, you are still poor. After all this falling, pass the exam. You took your exam 7 times, you didn't pass. They had to ban you. After all this prayer. Now, I asked a question at the church. I said, is God selective when it comes to the miracles he's doing? Is God selective? Is God? Does he select people that he wants to bless? And then quickly people will say, oh, he said, we have mercy upon whom I will have mercy. Like I seem to say that's the meaning. And like I seem to say that's the meaning of what the Bible is saying. And I don't know. People don't know the Bible. They don't understand what the meaning is. Okay? They don't know it. So we are giving women Christianity. They become like mommy geos. They dress like mommy geos. And the CAC ones don't use deodorant. It's a sin to use deodorant. It's a sin to use perfume. It's a sin for them to actually go and shave their underneath. It's a sin. So they have to not shave their armpit, shave anything, and they must be smelling. And you want your husband to still remain with you. Now, that's where you're missing it from. I'm missing it. You're missing it. You're missing it. And they're so quick to judge somebody going to hell. Instantly they judge. Oh, somebody's wearing pants. Oh, you're going to hell. I don't know how we got there. I don't know how we got there. So you will see, when I started talking about that stuff, they were looking at me. I could see it. I could see the stuff. I looked at the men. I always look at the men in church. Majority of them don't sit next to their wives. Majority of them, they don't sit next to their wives. And it's not because the church is not allowing them to sit next to their wives. It's just that they just choose not to want to sit next to their wife. I don't know. They just choose not to. All right? Because the wife is already becoming angel. No earring, drying up like Oponepa. No perfume, no makeup, no nothing. Anybody who is using perfume, who is using makeup is going to hell. In their own dictionary. I shake my head. So I saw it. Then the next thing, I started talking about sex. After I started talking about divorce, I started talking about sex. And they started thinking maybe I'm depressed. Oh, you must be depressed. You must be depressed. I was laughing. I looked at them, I was like, just shaking my head like, you guys are the ones that are depressed. You are not normal people. Something's wrong with your head. You guys are the depressed people. And you don't know yet. You will soon find out. Some of our women, they have never experienced orgasm before. No. Telling you. If some of you guys want to be truthful tonight, I will tell you guys to actually call my phone. You will see it. That many of Nigerian women don't even understand what orgasm means. Because they are not allowed to actually engage in sex the way sex will work for them. They don't. They are not allowed to. Or my sex they cannot. They cannot. They cannot. They can't express themselves sexually. They cannot. They cannot. They cannot talk about it. I remember my pastor then in New York, to mention the word sex is abomination to him. To mention sex, I cannot. Sex, They would rather call it fellowship than to say sex. That's how terrible it is. That's how terrible the kind of religion they sold to us in Africa. That's how terrible it is. That a man, you can't tell another person, oh, sex. Can't mention it. Then I've shared this before, very funny. Then I started doing a program in New York, Sexuality and Spirituality. Sexuality and Spirituality. Whereby we talk about our sexuality and encourage people, teach people how to do it well, to be able to get the kind of result, knowing your body, knowing your sex organs and all kinds of stuff. Then we talk about spirituality, that it is the mind of God for you to enjoy sex. It's the mind of God for you to enjoy your wife, and your wife will enjoy you and stuff. So the wife of my pastor came there. And as we were talking, and I said, what could make a woman not to enjoy sex? We want to spiritualize everything. So the woman raised up her hand, and then I called him. But the guy who happens to be the guest speaker, he didn't know that the woman that raised up her hand is my pastor's wife. He didn't know. So she raised up her hand and she said, when you are going to have sex upstairs, you first of all kneel down. And then you say, Father Lord, let me enjoy this sex, in the name of Jesus. Whatever it is that will not make me enjoy it, Father, remove it. In Jesus' name, I pray. Amen. And my guest, he didn't know. My guest didn't know that was my pastor's wife. My guest now said, Madam, something's wrong with your head. I almost been there. I said, this man don't take my job. Do you see the mindset? Do you see? And that's what they're teaching all the other women too. And that's exactly what they're teaching all other women too. In the same place, that's what they're teaching them. I wanted to set them free, but they won't let me. They believe I'm antichrist. They believe that, okay, this guy's going to hell and stuff like that. Everything, I'm going to hell. Okay, I'll leave them alone. You pray to Jesus to enjoy sex. Who does that? So you see, and that is affecting a lot of people. And a lot of African men are going to the Black American community to look for partners there. And those ladies are taking them because Nigerians are making money. They're very, very hardworking compared to the Black American people, men. Nigerian men, they are prosperous. So their women, they embrace Nigerians. They embrace Nigerians. Even the white Americans embrace Nigerians. Even the white Americans, the white American ladies, they embrace Nigerian men. Nigerian men, when they go to Black American or the white American, they become slaves there. They become slaves there. They will start doing laundry, they will start doing cleaning, they will start going shopping, they will start paying bills without anybody asking them. They will do it. It's only when they are with you, that's when they will not do those things. But when they are with the Black American ladies, when they are with the white American Caucasian ladies, they do that stuff. They're going to do it. You don't need to tell them. They know it. They know their responsibilities. They do it. All right. It's when they come to you guys that they don't behave like normal when they come to you guys. Then I started talking about tithing. That a lot of all these are women. Some of them are paying 20%. Some are paying 10%. They finish paying 10%. Then they pay another prophetic offering. Then they pay for building pledge. Then they give pastor gifts. Then they give pastor's wife gifts. Then they plan pastor's wedding, birthday. Then they plan to buy a car for pastor. And they put all their money into all of this stuff. And when they go home, there's always battle at home because the husband is telling her, hello, we need to provide for our own home. We need to plan for our own family too. But they will never listen because they have already sold that Christianity to them. The only thing they think in their head is that they are actually sending blocks and cement to heaven. There was this pastor when I was very young. He would tell us stories about people who go to heaven and they don't have a house to sleep, to live in heaven because they refuse to pay tithes. He would tell us that one pastor died and the pastor went to heaven and his crown was he saw angels took him into the crown room and he saw all the golden crowns, but his own crown is just a paper crown and all that stuff, everything. And it was making us to be afraid, like as if that's exactly the way God is going to do it. You know what I'm saying? And it's not very funny. And that's the way they program our brain. That's how they program your brain. That it's difficult for us to actually come out of that stuff. It's difficult for us to come out of that stuff right now. They program us. And like I said at the church today, you see there are some things they call them faith lifters. The faith lifters. And the faith lifter is, especially whenever we're doing crossover prayers, then we now start whining people. And we bring testimonies that never happened. As like someone, a pastor said to him in January that you will be a house owner. And January was gone. February came. February was gone. March, nothing happened. November, nothing happened. December 1st, nothing happened. December 2nd, 15, nothing happened. A day to the end of December, somebody just called him from America and said there is a house that I own and I'm not coming to Nigeria again. I give you the house in Jesus' name. Take it. Everybody will shout, he has done it again. Hallelujah. We will all pray. We now say, pray. Every miracle that's supposed to happen in 2024, I will not carry over. No carry over. Pray, 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 pray. Then you start praying. Because they want to motivate you to pray it. They want to push you to pray. So they share that testimony with you to knock your brain. Like, then you carry chair. And you go, bang, 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 all the prayer you will be praying, nobody has given you a house yet. All the prayer, nobody has given you a car yet. All right? It's only in testimony we hear those things. We have. So it's a faith lifter. So they program our brain like that. That's how they program our brain. Okay? They program our brain like that. So I tell people these things, all right? Just to actually let them understand that they need to remove some certain things from their mind and then reprogram their mind. And that's why the Bible says that we have to, okay? You have to reprogram your mind, renew your mind daily. It's a daily renewal. You see, whatever it is they fed you yesterday, sit down today, look at the society. Is this still relevant? No, it's not. Renew it. If your certificate is no longer relevant, you go back to school. Then they send you to in-service trainings just to be able to renew you every time. Likewise, your faith in God must be renewed. All right? Be renewed every day. It's not the same thing you brought from Nigeria that you still have to be saying in America. It's a place of opportunity, a place where your eyes is open. And you're supposed to be able to, renew yourself and upgrade. Get to a point whereby you understand that all this I'm doing is not the right thing. Yes, they do. Black Americans do the same thing. Yes, they do. This kind of stuff. So we need to upgrade. And don't allow religion to strip you naked, to take everything away from you. So majority of the women, they would rather just put all their salaries in church. And then their husband wants to plan for something, they are not able to plan for anything because the whole money is gone to church. Gone to church. And this is what companionship will actually stop you from doing. Once you go into companionship kind of relationship, you know it. That, I am responsible for paying my bills. You will not throw your money away. You won't throw your money away. It will curb you. It will stop you from throwing your money in the trash. You will understand the value of money. You will tell yourself that I got to pay my bill first before giving any pastor anything. I have to pay my bill first before going to do Mommy Jesus at the church. I have to pay my bills. So now your husband is not, the man is not living with you. You are not living with him. So you are independent. Your brain will start working. And the two of you will value each other. You're going to value each other. And you see, for a man to do for you, it will be very easy for him to say, I want to do for you. Okay? And being separate, living separately will actually do one thing. It will strengthen your bond. It will strengthen the bond. Seriously, it will strengthen it. Because you guys will talk. There will be less misunderstanding. There will be no pressure at all. No see finish will be there. The two of you will long to see each other. Will long to see each other. And at the end of the day, once you guys enter into sexual relationship, that is marriage by itself. That is marriage. Sexual relationship qualifies you to become a married person. The two of you can decide to give rings to each other. You can wake up in the morning and say, I have a ring for you. I have a ring for you too. You don't need people there to exchange rings. Your father, your mother, your uncle, your friends are not supposed to be there. It's not compulsory for them to be there when you exchange your ring. Marriage is between you and her, between you and him and God. In as much that God is involved, God sees it as marriage. Once sexual relationship is involved in it, and that's it. It will be very sweet when the two of you are not looking for kids. You already have your own children. It's going to be good. You get married to him, he's going to pay child support. And child support is going to come from the account of the family. All right? If he's owing child support, You cannot do anything with your money until you will pay it. The government will hold you responsible also because you are married to him. Okay? So Dr. Shola, you're saying there will be no, say yes. I don't understand though. Sati, explain. Break it down. Sati, break it down. You can exchange ring. You don't have to invite anybody to be there. Can be. I know a lot of my friends when I was in Slombridge. A lot of my friends went to Slombridge. They just carried their girlfriend. They went to Dubai and they got married there. And then they go back home and the girl will call the dad and mom and say, I'm married. And they, oh yeah, I'm happy for you. I'm happy for you. And that's it. It's Africa that we have to do wahala. Say yes to the ring at the mall, like, no, you don't have, you guys are big together. You know him so well, So the two of you've been together for 3 or 4 years and stuff, and you know each other very well. Yeah, this is the kind of girl I want to be with. I'll be with her. So you exchange rings. Nobody should be there. It's not compulsory for anybody to be there. A friend of mine, Jason, he took his wife to what do you call that place? Jamaica. Went to Jamaica. They got married by the ocean. Got married by the ocean. It was the wife, himself, the wife's daughter from another man. Went there. She was the one that carried the ring, and then the priest was there, and the priest just joined them together. They came back one day. They showed us pictures. They showed us pictures, and that was it. No parent, no friends, no nothing. That's marriage right there. But we Africans, I don't know what's wrong with us. We just want that fefeyeye. It's a fefeyeye thing. It's just too much. It's killing us. It's killing us. So companionship is what I'm here to market to you guys. Like the same way they actually shouted at me and dragged me when I was talking about divorce. They dragged me. Oh, he's a crazy person. Oh, is this? Now all of them are talking divorce now because all the pastors are getting divorced. Now when I started talking about sex that time, they say, oh, he's lonely. Oh, he's depressed. Now all of them are talking about sex now. When I started talking about tithe and offering, they thought, oh, he's Antichrist. All of them are talking about tithe now, and the tithe thing is now going crazy. All right, right now. Now, after studying, after taking a lot of counseling sessions in my life, over 47,000 couples, after taking all these, I had to go and I sat down with my white friend, who is a counselor, and I started asking him questions. And this guy told me, he said, listen, have you been telling your people to try companionship? I said, what is companionship? I believe that companionship could be done inside marriage. He said, of course, he said, but this companionship is living separately. It's not open relationship. I said, what's the difference between open relationship and this one? He said, open relationship is because they agree that they could sleep with other people. I said, oh, so if they agree that, okay, you could sleep with other people, that's open relationship. So yes. He said, but companionship is just living separately, but they are committed to each other. They are committed to each other. I said, oh. He said, a lot of white people are doing it. They've been doing it from the beginning, whereby they don't live together. They just live separately. And then they go on vacation together. And they do a lot of different things together. And they decide not to have kids. They're fine. And they're fine. And by the time they become 60 or 70, they can decide to move in together and start living together. You said everything I've been thinking since 2018. 2018, 2008, not 18. 2008. I started this 2008 in Oklahoma. In Oklahoma, I started this thing. And all of them are preaching it now because they have a bigger platform. They have a bigger platform. Everybody's rushing there and they think that the one that is the originator. No, I started this whole thing. All of these that Davina is doing right now, I started that stuff. 2008, I started talking about it on Facebook. I started talking about this thing on Facebook long time ago before Ibed Damina even left that carcass at all. You know? But some women who like companionship because they want to copy other people with fake wedding. Of course, you know, some women don't have their own mind. They always want to copy. They believe there is a standard. They believe there is a standard. You make the standard yourself. The way you want your life to look like, to be, you make the standard by yourself. They're against it, my sister. They're against oral sex. I went to a Redeemed Church, or Redeemed Church, I don't know, I can't remember the name of the place. I went to the Redeemed Church to go and preach, and when I got to oral sex, the pastor collected microphone from my hand. Davidson. I remember posting you back then, and people thought I was crazy. Some people said me and this man don't believe in God. And then the man collected microphone from me, and the church members got mad. And the church members asked him to give the microphone back to me and apologize. He did that, apologized, and asked me to continue. So I decided to mess him up. And what I did was like, and I asked all the guys, I said, how many of you love blowjob? All of them say, woo, 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 woo. I said, good. And I turned to the ladies. I said, how many of you guys love your cookies to be leaked? They said, even the pastor's wife was around raising up her hand. Look at the husband. She had to just look. And I'm telling you, I know the church people. I know the church people. For real. You can't stop a person from enjoying their life. They want to enjoy their life, they enjoy it. They're enjoying. So it was very funny. Very, very funny. What they're doing at home, they go to the church to actually be hypocrites. You know, they act like they don't do it. You know, when they come to church, they start acting holy. But when they go home, they become the lion. And they do whatever they like under lock and key. Nobody will see us. Let's just do it. Now, God is in your house. The same God that is in your house is the same God that you carry to church. So... yeah, they don't understand. They don't understand Jack. You know? So that's the issue right there. And the Christianity that we are practicing now is practical Christianity. No longer the kind of relationship of somebody sitting down, one person talking. No. It's about living. It's your living the life. It's live the life of a Christian. Live that life. Live that life. You know, I suggested companionship to my ex-fiancé. He told me that it is not our culture and accused me of being too progressive. I believe that companionship allows a lot of time for people to know each other. Yes, ma'am. You're very right. You're very, very right. You're very, very right. Very, very right. People will get there. You know, people will get there. Their mind will be open. Right now, they might call us devils. It's possible for them to call me a demon or whatever it is. But they'll be able to get there. That's the same way they got there. When I started divorce, now they're doing it. They talk about sex, they're doing it. They talk about tithe and offering, now they're doing it. All right. They will definitely get there. You will see. You see, when pastors don't have answer, when they don't have answer for you, they say, let us pray. But now that we have answer, they will first of all attack us. It's just like Christian Aklome attacking 5G internet. All right, Christian Aklome. He brought one big screen. He started telling us Antichrist. If this 5G is going to end up, if this 5G is connected to COVID-19, this 5G will send us to hell and stuff. They started breaking all this conspiracy theory and all kinds of stuff down. At the end of the day, we are using 5G. Is this not 5G that I'm using right now? Is this not 5G? Is it not 5G that I'm using right now? Is it not 5G that I'm using that Christian Aklome? And he didn't apologize. He didn't apologize to Rosamond saying all the nonsense and jargons that he said on social media and everything. He didn't apologize. All of us were still following him. Soon he will come and cut off our heads. You will see. You will see. You will never follow someone that is sane. Someone that is insane, that's who you follow. That's who you follow. You will never follow someone that is sane. You will follow insane people. You follow people that are doing fake miracles and all kinds of stuff like that. You like that kind of lies. It's the lies you like. I don't teach all that stuff. I teach principles. Principles is what we need to succeed in this life. Yeah, the world we end in 2000. Now we are in 2024. Life is not ending. You see what I'm saying? All right. So that's the stuff right there. We need to be careful. There is nothing holding you down. Nothing. Jesus came and he took us away from the law. You are no longer under the law. Stop thinking and believing you are under the law. You have been set free. He has set you free. What you need to do is, whatever you do in your life, don't get condemned in your heart. Once you get condemned in your heart, it becomes a sin. It becomes a sin once you get condemned in your heart. Thank you. No condemnation for those who are in Christ Jesus. All you need is to be in Christ, and there's no condemnation for you. You know, you set yourself free. I said the other day, and some people came to attack me in my inbox, 10 Commandments is not for Christians. Please, I'll say it again, until you guys will hear it. 10 Commandments is not for Christians. 10 Commandments is not for Christians. Any Christians that is still reading 10 Commandments, something is wrong with your head. 10 Commandments is not for Christians. It's for people in Judaism. Judaism is the religion of the Jewish people. It's not Christianity. They are not Christians. Those people, they don't believe in Jesus. It's just lately now that we're having Jewish Christians now. They don't believe in Jesus. And majority of you there, that you're going to Jerusalem, and then they will now assign you a tour guide. The tour guide will tell you, we are still expecting the Messiah. And you, very stupid people, you still follow him. And follow him to be showing you all of this stuff he's showing you, after telling you that he is still expecting the Messiah. But in Christianity, Messiah already came, and we are expecting his second coming, and you still believe one tour guide that is telling you they are still waiting for the Messiah to come, and you're still walking sugar, and when you now come back, you bring water and sand from Jerusalem, and that's when you brought the water from Lake Jordan, and this is from River Jordan. It's from River Kinnikon. This sand is where Jesus Christ was buried. All of those things are just nonsense. Jesus Christ, he was buried, he resurrected. Why do you need the sand for? Why do you need the sand for? Why do you need the water for? You don't need the water at all. He already gave us a name. He said at the sound of his name. So we don't have to go to Jerusalem. He said it. The Samaritan woman said, but we, the Samaritan people, we go on the mountain to worship God. But you Jewish people go to Jerusalem to worship God. And he said, a time is coming. A time is coming that we don't need to go to the mountain or go to Jerusalem, that people will worship God in the spirit and in truth. And this is the time. He even said it. He said, now is the time. You know, Sharia or African Christian. But Pastor Jola, you are doing companionship and you are still living in the same house with your wife. All right, I will explain to you if you care to understand. It's not everybody that is designed for marriage and cohabitation, cohabiting. It's not every man or every woman that is designed for it. No. Some people cannot withstand pressure. Are you getting the point now? All right. For those ones who are not designed to be in the same house, there are different interpretation of marriage and different kinds of marriages that we could do or enter into. And one of them is the companionship where we live separately. I've been talking about people who live together. And I know why you're asking the question. You're asking the question because you are one of the people that always want to attack good things. You always want to attack good things. That's why you're asking this question. And you don't understand that I have a good answer for you. It's not everybody that is actually designed for marriage. Some people are not. They cannot cope with it. A lot of people that are getting divorced today is because they are not designed for marriage. They cannot handle pressure. They are not grown. They didn't teach them what marriage is from the beginning. They didn't enter into marriage with the mindset of this is what marriage is. So they found themselves inside of it. And then quickly they actually say, no, I'm not doing it anymore. So instead of those ones getting divorced, we actually give them a different template. Now, why don't you guys go into companionship and keep on taking care of your kids? You live somewhere, let her live somewhere else, and you guys can continue to live together. To work together in this marriage, get to know each other, develop and grow. And that was where the companionship came in, to save their homes, to save their marriages. Right? That's the reason for that. And then for people who are divorced and want to go back into marriage and they're kind of like scared, I don't want this man to do to me the same way the other man did to me. I don't want this woman to do to me the same way my ex-wife did to me. So we now sell that idea to them. You guys can go into companionship and live separately and stop. I can cope with any kind of pressure whatsoever it is. I married my wife with the understanding of what marriage looks like. I saw my dad's marriage, sorry. I saw the way my dad treated my mother. He taught me marriage from the start. And he told me, any woman that allow you to sleep with them, you have to treat them like a queen. The word of my dad. The word of my dad. It means you are just coming. You are asking the questions I've already answered. These are questions I already answered. And you're just coming right now. Infidelity can occur even though you live together in the same home. Do you think you are the police stopping him from cheating on you? Or you are the police stopping her from cheating on you? No. People make up their mind not to cheat, not because somebody lives in their house. No. They make up their mind not to cheat, not because you live in their house. You can live in the house all you like and they cheat right in your nose. People cheat anywhere. You don't have to be in the house for them to cheat. Even if you are in the house and they can still cheat. How do you stop a man from cheating? Are you the police? You'll be a police that will not make him to cheat. You think you are the police that will stop him from cheating? People will cheat either you like it or not. You can live in the same house and live together and they will still be cheating. They cheat effortlessly. Thank you. What are you talking about? It doesn't matter if you live in the same house or not. It doesn't matter. It's all about people making up their mind that I'm going to be loyal to this person. If you choose to be loyal to one person, you choose to be loyal to the person. That's you. So you can't hold somebody down from cheating. You can't hold them down from cheating. You can't. So it's a matter of going into a relationship with a mature person. And you guys tell each other, I am going to be faithful to you. Even when they say I'm even going to be faithful to you, just count it as somebody just talking, get to develop your relationship and keep moving. And let me tell you guys this real quick for you guys to know. Women, we need to upgrade a lot. We need to upgrade a lot. And I want to give it to some women who have upgraded. They have upgraded a lot. You get in bed with some women, you're going to be the one to do it all. You're going to be the one to do it all. You'll be the one doing the touching. You'll be the one doing the banging. You'll be the one doing the whole kissing. You'll be the one doing everything. She will just be there lying down like a log of wood. And then that kind of a woman is expecting the husband not to cheat. Not to cheat. You're kidding me. And then the next thing that woman will say, is that enough reason to cheat? African women, African women always make me laugh. You always make me laugh. I just say laugh. It's not, I'm telling you. I just they laugh. Is that enough reason to cheat? It is enough reason to cheat. If you know that you're weak, your game is weak, go and hop your game. Go and learn how to do it. Don't just be sleeping there. Be expecting the man to be doing everything and you say, is there enough reason to cheat? It is enough reason to cheat. It is enough. Somebody's asking a question here. DSA, will you go back to a wife that cheated? Well, it all depends. It depends. Sometimes, a woman will cheat because the husband pushed her out. And if that's the case right there. It's just the same way a man would cheat and the woman would take him back. I don't want to be biased here. No, I don't want to be. What is good for you is good for your wife too. If you cheat and you come back home and say, I'm sorry, and the wife is actually taking you back, then why not take her back? Sometimes sometimes it might be your fault. It may be the one who caused it. You have to take responsibility. You have to be responsible. You have to be a man, a real man, to own up and say, you know what, it's my fault. I pushed her out. It's my fault. I pushed her out. I remember when I was here by myself, my wife, whenever we're talking, I was tell her, I said, where are you? She'll say, I'm at home. I'll say, turn the TV on. She'll turn the TV on. I'll say, give the phone to Finn. We'll give the phone to Finn. I'll talk. And one day she asked me, why are you doing all this? I said, just to be sure you're home and stuff. And then she said, but me, I've never done that to you before. I said, maybe because you trust me. She said, so you don't trust me? I said, no, not like I don't trust you. It's just that women are very jealous. Men, we are too jealous. We're jealous more than women. We're jealous more than women. Sorry. Yeah, it's difficult for men to forgive when a woman cheats. It's very difficult. Very, very difficult. Very, 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 very difficult. Very, very difficult. But we still have men. We have men in this world. I've taken many counseling sessions and men will say, you know what, Dr. Shola, I'm willing, I'm ready to forgive her. Yeah, if she's ready to stay put. And then we talk about it. It's not easy. It's not easy to. And I think it's not easy for women to forgive too when their husband cheats. It's not easy for them to forgive, but they do it anyway. So everybody with their own wahala. But I think if it's my fault, I'll take care of that fault for real. Even though it's gonna hurt me, but I'll take care of it. I'll take care of that fault. So, but what is good for me is good for her too. So that's it. But for men, for we men, we play a lot. We play a lot. Only God will help us. In this kind of society now that you see big bomb all around the place. Just too many. Jukokoro de jẹ́ ká gbádùn náà láti máa gbójú wa kúrò gbogbo ẹ̀ náà ni máa gbójú síbẹ̀ tó bá dijú báyìí tó bá máa lajú bí báyìí ọ̀tọ̀ ilé tí wàá rí wàá tó dijú tó bá tó làǹgbà ìwò tó ní ọgbọ̀n máa dáràn báyìí Jésù ilé ayé mi máa ti rún báyìí báwo lẹ́yìn tí máa fọ́ ojú ara mi dànù báyìí tí máa wọ glasses káàkiri máa wọ bònẹ́ kiri àdúgbò àbí kí lọ ráàpù ojú mi kí má ríran mọ́. It's a lot. It's just a lot. It's just a lot everywhere. You go on social media, you just see what you've never seen before in your life. Just be there. It's not easy. It's not easy. It's not easy for us, man. It's not easy for us. It's not easy. And then I'm telling you, is someone like me? Ojú mi ti rí mẹ́wàá. Etí mi ti gbọ́dọ̀, ó ti gbàgbọ́ yá. My eyes have seen. My eyes have seen. My ears have heard. My mouth will talk about the goodness of God. My eyes have seen. My ears have heard. That I will be doing counseling. Do you know I'll be doing counseling? And they will carry the phone and put it here and I will see Pata. I was like, Pata ni mo tún wait, no counseling. Kilo day. Every simulation. That kind of stuff. I can't see anything. I have to keep on enjoying it. I'll just sit down and just like, down. what will make this woman to put the camera inside of her mata? What is the problem here? The other day I saw cleavage. I cancel husband finish. I want to cancel wife. And the wife, she now dragged the stuff, and this whole place is open like this and breast coming out. And the nipple was here. And I was looking at it and I said, excuse me. Because I wasn't listening. The thing wasn't going, it wasn't going in my brain. Everything she was saying was just passing through. And I said, excuse me, ma. I said, is it possible for you to actually close your chest? Cover your chest? And she got mad. I thank God. I just thank God that the husband was able to understand. But something was telling me in my head that you better be enjoying the view. Well, another thing was telling me is like this is and this is all good. Oh, don't do this thing. Oh. It's not. You need to tell this woman you don't like this thing because this thing is making you to get distracted. I was distracted. I'm not gonna lie to you. I was distracted. I was looking at those things. I was like, eh? Oh, jiggy jiggy. Oh, jiggy jiggy. Oh my goodness. So I said something and the woman got mad. And I was like, I'm sorry. And then there was another day I was taking a session too, and I didn't know the woman was actually using me because I was talking. And she was lying down on the bed and she was actually masturbating. And when she was done, she looked at me. She was like, Dr. Shala said, I just used you. And I was like, for what? And then she showed me her hand. The whole thing was wet and was dripping. I was like, wow. Down. There's supposed to be a movement. They call it Justice for Dr. Shola. I need justice. They have used me in their brain. They have used me everywhere. They used me. And I mean, I'll be there, I'll be talking with my big mouth. I'll be saying, yes, man. You know, marriage is very difficult. Yes. I don't know. And I won't know that they're actually doing something different. Something else. I don't know. And so Dr. La said something. I went to preach at the church and the pastor's wife started calling me every night. I said, Dr. Shola, say something. I was like, what do you want me to say? Oh my God, I love your voice. Oh, your voice is big and thick. Just say anything. I was like, I just found out that the husband always invite me. The husband always invite me to come. I was like, he loved me to lay. You preaching Bruku, preaching church, you don't love to lay. I don't know about preaching church, or don't like me. I say, I don't like him. He's not, the wife is the one always telling him to invite in New York City. I was which kind of people be this concept? And they started inviting me just because the woman want to see me. No, my wife is not allowed to be present in my sessions. No, it's a private session. People paid for it. It has to be a private thing. No other person should hear what we discuss. No. It's a lot. I can't even remember a lot of things, a lot of things. So guys, in case you are willing, you want to go for companionship, reach out to me. I have some few people who are registered already that are actually interested in companionship, and they want to go into it. So if you as a guy are ready for companionship, this is the way out. And for those ones who live in Nigeria, that's fantastic. Okay? You can actually get a companion in America, in Canada, anywhere. There are some women, they are not interested in this close-by relationship. They want it to be long-distance relationship. But you have to have the opportunity of coming to town. You come into town, you go, you have a business in Nigeria, so you come to town, you go, you come to town, you go, and stuff. With that one, they will definitely appreciate that. All right? Reach out to me, I'll hook you up. But don't forget, I charge $200. Don't reach out to me if you don't get money. If you don't get money, please don't call me. That's it. Don't call me. Don't get money. Don't call me. So I charge $200. and then I'll do interview for you. Then I'll collect 2-3 copies of your pictures, and your picture is not going to be on any website. It's going to be with me. All right, it's not going to be on social media too. It's going to be with me. So the person that is allowed to see your picture is whoever it is that I'm presenting you to, and then she will see your picture also. And then if the two of you say yes, then I'll connect you guys as ordinary friends, and you'll start building your relationship from them. All right. All right, take care, everybody. Have a beautiful night. It's already 10:30, almost 10:30 right now. I need to go and do Adimenu. I want to go and do Adimenu quickly before I will take a bath, and then I'll sleep. I'll wake up tomorrow. Is Monday. Monday already. For some people, Monday. Monday is coming. See you guys. Have a beautiful day. Should I keep this video or should I delete it? I don't know. Maybe I should keep this video or I should delete. I will
Sorry, I couldn't find anything to play. Try adding something to your library or check that the app you'd like to use is installed and available.
Who's talking to this one? All right. Thank you very much. God bless you. Good night.